Right, now what I want to talk about today, as you can see from the title, is what is Manchester United's plan? What's the plan? I'll tell you what I mean by that. This summer, we have signed Rafael Varane and Jadon Sancho. I don't know if we're making moves for more players. I would suspect that there'll be loads of rumours about who we're going to buy. Maybe Camavinga. I think he'll be heavily linked to us. I think there might be a couple of other players that are heavily linked to us, including strikers, maybe Harry Kane. But I don't think we'll buy anyone else. I think those two will be it for us this summer. So that's what I believe is going on, right? And it kind of reminds me of the second season under Jose Mourinho, where we signed Matic, we signed Pogba. Well, we signed Pogba the year before actually, but we signed Lukaku, Matic, we signed Lindelof, and then we were clearly looking to we were going into that season with the intention of winning the title, basically. Now, you might think that that's a stupid thing of me to say. Like, how do you think you're going to win the title with Matic and Pogba in the centre of midfield? The reality is, at that time, we thought we were getting the Chelsea Matic and the Juventus Pogba. We didn't get either of those things. We got those things for maybe 6 months when they were playing together, right? And then Pogba got injured and weren't really the same again that season. Matic pretty much always tapers off after, the first 6 months of a season anyway. And he is not, for me, after those first 6 months, never really been quite the player he was at Chelsea. And Lukaku, he was a proven Premier League goal scorer, so that's who we were getting at the time. And, he was getting 20 goals a season for Everton. So we thought he'd get more with us. But what we failed to realise that he's quite streaky. And he has that sort of habit of drifting in and out of games. Well, or just not even showing up. So we have sort of a comparison there, because it's not planning for the future. Like at the moment, and I'm not saying it's exactly the same, it's not. But even at that time, you still had your young players. You had your Martials, you had Rashford. You had Ander Herrera, who was still doing well, not a young player, but still. Eric Bailly was considered a young player. You still had Luke Shaw. We had good young players at that time, and it's still the same now, right? So what's the plan? Because for me, it looks like it's just a hit and run. It looks like we're just going for this. We're just looking to win this Premier League and kind of fuck what happens afterwards. Do you know what I mean? Fuck what happens afterwards. Because ultimately, and I'm not slagging off the signings. Look, Rafael Varane, perfect partner for Harry Maguire. Perfect partner. You've then got a fast centre-back who can tackle very well, good in a one-on-one situation, with a centre-back that makes excellent interceptions, reads the game well, good in the air. They're both good in the air, to be fair. But then you've got a great passer also in Harry Maguire. Someone that's very, very comfortable on the ball. So you've got a good centre-back pair in there. So it's not a bad signing. And, Sancho, again, not very good signing. Because when Bruno or Rashford are having an off game, we've then got another player that can potentially create something. But you look at that season with Jose Mourinho and the wheels started to fall off after about halfway through. And then you look at what happened the year after. We're in bloody dire straits. We've been in transition ever since. This is sort of the first year now that we think, can we actually contend for the title? And as I've said in a video previous to this, I said that we can contend for the title. I don't think we're going to win it, but I think we can contend for it. We can definitely be up there. Like, we will be close, I think. Here's what I think is going to happen. The problem that you have is that you look at the spine of this team, right? Bearing in mind, obviously Greenwood played against Leeds. We had a fantastic first game against Leeds, but I would like to see Tony Marshall in that centre forward position, but I don't think that's going to happen. It's going to be Cavani up front when he's fit. So you've got David De Gea in goal, right? How old is he? 30? 31? Again, not old for a keeper, so it don't really matter, but De Gea or Dean Henderson, if to some people's preference. I still think De Gea's a better keeper, but whatever. Varane and Harry Maguire, both 28, right? Fred and Pogba, 28. Because I don't think we will get another central defensive midfielder. You know, and even if you prefer Matic or McTominay to Fred, right? McTominay, slow, immobile, not a good enough CDM. Right? Matic, 33, too slow. Pogba, 28, 29, somewhere around there. Bruno Fernandes, 27. Cavani, 33. Like it's not a young spine. We've not got a spine that's got a massive future ahead of it. You need to combine some youth in there. That's why Camavinga would be a great signing, but as I've already said, I don't think we're going to make it. So I think our plan is to basically hit and run here. We're looking to get this Premier League title, and then I don't know what the plan is after that. There's not a future. Because the spine, obviously Greenwood can potentially play up front when Cavani goes, or, you know, Martial can play there as well. But it doesn't look like there's a plan for a young spine to succeed this one. Because McTominay and Fred are not good enough. They're only good enough to be squad players, not good enough to be centre midfielders for Manchester United. Donny van de Beek never gets a look in. He's a young player, never gets a look in. So it seems right now we're all about the short-term glory. Now, not that there's anything wrong with that. I'd love to see us win a trophy, but this is just my 2 cents on what's going on. Now, I'll open up the floor to you. In the comment section, you can tell me what you think about it. But I personally believe that's what it is. I don't think we're planning for the future here. I think we're looking to win a Premier League title, and fucking hell, I hope that we do. Because if these signings flop, you're then left with 2 overpaid, overrated 28-year-old centre-backs. Like, Varane's main strength is the fact that he's fast for a centre-back. He's good on one-on-ones because he's fast for a centre-back. Once he loses that pace, and it won't be long, it'll be a couple of years, like, he's not a good partner for Harry Maguire anymore, because Maguire's never been quick. He's never going to be quick. So we need, why we didn't get Upamecano or someone like that who's younger and is also quick, I'm really not sure. Again, I don't want to diss Varane. I think that we could contend for the title with Varane as a centre-back. We really could. But we need to make another signing. We need a centre midfielder. And we need to watch the age of this team.